So literally just 2 days ago on the 25th, Google released their Gemini CLI, which is your open source AI agent. And this is a direct competitor of Claude Code, which I'm a huge fan of. I just started paying like $100 a month for this maybe 2 weeks ago. So I'm on the Claude Code wave. I've kind of shifted away from Cursor. I still use Cursor as my IDE, but most of the coding I'm doing now is through Claude Code. And I've tried Codex before. That's another one of these competitors for the CLI coding agents. And Codex, truly, I just haven't had a lot of surprises or been really impressed with. I didn't use it a whole lot either, so I know it's improved a little bit, but ultimately Claude, and I think most would agree, is leading this wave right now. Now, Gemini, Google has some pretty enticing things. One of which is you can see 1,000 requests per day available free of charge. It's open source, meaning whatever you build with it is yours to own. Google doesn't take ownership of it. 60 model requests per minute. And it's also using Gemini 2.5 Pro, which is their massive 1 million token context window. And Claude Code, its context window, I don't know if I could quickly find it, but it's 200,000 tokens. So compared to Gemini, Gemini's 5 times bigger. And that's, when you're working with really large code bases, obviously that's extremely helpful. So that's kind of just one thing that I could see Gemini being used for in a pretty impressive way, just being able to refactor an entire code base because it can actually understand that much. I think 1 million tokens is equivalent to I think one Harry Potter book maybe, or it's maybe the entire Harry Potter series. Either or would impress me, but I'm going to say it's one. I don't know. Whatever. But anyway, another thing as Google search capabilities, I was looking at this. It can edit videos of cats and stuff. That's not really in my wheelhouse, but I guess there's some probably things that are different with Gemini than Claude. But Claude's focus, the entire company's focus, is kind of to be on the developer side in AI, right? They're trying to help, I think, making software engineering developers' lives just easier, making it more accessible to anybody, like vibe coding and stuff. But obviously, everybody's getting involved, and this year, 2025, just as a side note, is the year of the agents. So we're expected to see more agentic frameworks come out, and that's what all of these CLI tools are. And so what I wanted to do for today's video is do a experiment where I have a battle between Gemini and Claude. So I'm going to quickly make some folders here, and we're just going to see which one is better at doing some task, and whatever one can outperform the others better. I'm going to say Claude's going to do a better job just because it's yet to fail me. I mean, seriously, it's really impressive. So let's see here. Okay, I got both of the project directories open, the Gemini CLI and the Claude CLI. So we're going to launch both the terminals here. I have used Claude Code before, so if you guys haven't downloaded that already, I will provide that here. So if you guys go to, I'll actually put this in the description, the links to here, but here's that install command. You copy and paste that directly into your terminal, and then it'll start to download. You log in, yada, yada, yada. Another thing with Gemini is they're offering, I guess I probably already mentioned this, but I may have not clarified that this 1,000 model requests per day free of charge is only available if you are sharing your data to train the models. And if you don't want to share your model or share your data, well, then you can use a Google AI Studio or Vertex AI Key for usage-based billing. And so this is just basically API pricing, and it's not that expensive, but I mean, it's also not free. I'm going to be using the free one just because A, this is an experiment, but B, I'm not working for a company with sensitive information, but that's something to definitely consider if you're getting it is, do you want your information leaked if you're going to log in with your account? But in order to do that, let's go to the docs, which is here on GitHub. And so this is the CLI command, so just copy that. Actually, I'm going to do this one. You can do either or. And it'll just basically download right in here. And as you can see, I even have Gemini over here inside a cursor, but we can close that. And there it is. So now for the fun part. What should we ask it to build? Let's say a habit tracker app. Okay, this prompt isn't great, but whatever. It says, please build a modern and user-friendly habit tracker app. Tie in analytics to help users stay motivated and encouraged by seeing visual progress. It should be interactive and simple to use. Adding in habits should be easy, and it should be nicely displayed on the UI/UX so users can see their active habits. Make it satisfying via animation or clean visuals when users check off a habit. So I'm going to send that off, and Google Gemini is going to do its thing, and we're going to have Claude do the exact same thing. Since I copied it from the CLI, it kind of came out weird, but Claude's good. It'll dissect that and know exactly what to do. So yeah, I really like how Claude does this as like a to-do list, and then it just goes through it and just builds it out well. Occasionally, both of them will ask for different things, different commands, but usually just go yes, don't ask again. So here's our Claude file, which usually has a lot of like the instructions. Nothing's in there, but for like bigger projects, having this Claude directory is really important. Meanwhile, Google's already just going for it. Well, there it is. That's not actually the whole project, but that's at least the scaffolding of what is just kind of needed to get things rolling. I think Claude's going to do better, just typically, I don't know, I'm biased. I don't think Gemini is nearly as great as Claude. Oops. But I mean, this is impressive that Gemini has this 1 million context window. I mean, that's literally 5 times the size of Claude Codes. So like I frequently will, start a new chat and then, basically have to say, all right, this is where we left off. I'm starting a new chat to provide you more context. And it auto compacts, so Claude will, if you click back tab here, you can just see some of these shortcuts, but one of them's compact. It'll actually auto compact, so you don't have to do that yourself. But that's kind of one way once like your chat gets too big, it'll auto compact the conversation to keep the ball rolling. So that's nice at least. But a million tokens, crazy. I wish Claude had that. But that's also why I'm like, Claude's better, because it doesn't have 1 million, because it's put in its resources elsewhere. And I haven't had a problem at all with it. I mean, like I said, I frequently switch my conversations, my chats, but that's just because I don't want things to get like confused and messed up. But like, even if you could use all 1 million tokens, it probably wouldn't be the best idea. Just things start to get like overlooked and unconsidered, and I don't know, it just becomes a mess. And then once you go down that rabbit hole, it's like you gotta basically just dig yourself out of a hole that you put yourself in, and that's fine. But my experience from what I've learned, because originally when I started vibe coding, I just had no idea what it's doing. I mean, literally the first time I opened up this interface, I was like, I've never written a single line of code, yet I just built a website. It wasn't great, but what I've had to learn through all this time is like, oh, here we go. First project is already firing up. I wonder which one it is. Looks like Gemini. Gemini's done. Yeah. So this is Gemini's. Add a habit. Okay. Make my bed. Okay, let's just say click complete. Nice. Not bad. I mean, like, yeah. Go for a run. Okay. Cool. Wonder how well it has, like how well its perception of time is. But that scares me that Claude Code's still going, because you know it's going to be gross. Oh my gosh, it has so much more to do. You know that means it's going to be gross. I think I'm just going to pause the video and like just kind of resume once we get ahead, because this might take a while. But I'll let you guys know. It's right now 2:19, so we'll see how long this takes, but when it's done, we'll see the final product. What is happening, man? Jeez. I might just try my own. So we're getting errors. Okay. Okay, so kind of weird. When I open it, nothing's working. So I'm gonna try and just to do it in my own terminal. I don't know why. Okay, we're up to date. I don't know what is happening. I see sometimes when you're just like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, I could give it a Gemini inside this. Oops. But we're just going to give it back to Claude and be like, fix it. And then it'll come out looking amazing. This is peculiar. Yeah, I get it's fully functional, but it definitely hasn't started. Let me kill this terminal. Bye, Claude. I'll do it myself. There. Now npm install. Okay, that's actually a good sign. It did it. Okay. We're fine. And it actually did it on the right browser. Good Lord. Okay. Wow. See what I'm talking about with that Claude Code stuff? Alright, let's, real quick, I want to go back before we get too into this. I want to see what, oh, I closed out of it. It's okay, it's got to be covered in the README, right? So how do we use this? What makes it special? Okay, never mind, I don't care. Daily. Bro. Oh my. Okay, let's compare them again. Where was this horrible habit tracker? from, oh yeah, it was on localhost too. All right, let's compare. I told you guys. So I love this, guys. What? Add habit. Okay. Post one YouTube video a day. Whoa. What if it's like eat 3 meals? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Health, I guess. Daily 3 times. Ooh. Great habit. Looks like we have an issue. What's this? So it's expecting a value of 1. So if I see, it doesn't know how to do the 3. Oh my gosh, man. This is so good. This is really good. So I think what the power move is really going to become, especially because it's free, is I'll be working in my projects like this. Pull up the terminal. I'm going to get 2 here. I want to keep that open. I'm going to go Claude. I'm going to go Gemini. So now I got, and then I'm going to split. Yeah, wait. That's the move. This is the move right here, guys. Having them all 1, 2, 3 agents inside your code base. This is crazy.